तमाम तरह की मुसीबतों से, कठिनाई से गुजरते हुए 48 साल हमने पूरे किए हैं। तो ये तो स्पीक में एक बता दिया, बाकी यहाँ की डिटेलिंग के लिए हम कोना लक्ष्मी जी से कहेंगे और प्रखर जी से कहेंगे, वो डिटेल बताएंगे। वो प्रखर जी बताएंगे, प्रखर बताएंगे। नहीं नहीं, आप लोग भी, क्या आपने क्या क्या हम लोगों के लिए कितना बढ़िया सा इंतजाम किया हुआ है।
And Professor Murthy was very kind enough to create an official position for it. None of the IIT has it. Okay, official position I have. So it's a faculty in charge of SPIC MACAY. And that day when I became the faculty in charge SPIC MACAY, Professor Murthy's vision of passing on the cultural students of IIT Hyderabad was hardcore. It was the core. And when he said that Prakhar, we want to do this program of we invite 50, I was a little bit shaky. But then he said, "I'll be there." I said, "Okay, then I will take care. Don't worry." So and of course, because of him, this is. If he is not there, this event cannot happen. Let me be honest. There is a problem. You have been always there to help us out, and of course, our student volunteers. They are the pillars. They are the movement that we're having, and the support that we're getting on the counterpart of SPIC MACAY side from Lakshmi ma'am, Onam and Kala madam. It's so great. They are the one from whom I'm always connecting, talking with, and they are tolerating me. I'm tolerating them, both ways. But the mission is very much, Nishkam Seva is our mission. Our goal is to inculcate the cultural and music, art, literature. That's what we want to do through this. Through this 10th International SPIC MACAY Convention. We have been working day and night for past about the culture of to which I belong, and how to work passionately more, and several things. So there is an impact that SPIC MACAY has given us to me as a faculty in charge, and we have been working very hard. All the arrangements have been on place, from the food, accommodation, everything has been taken care, and we hope that everything, by God grace, everything went very fine. I'm really thankful to Professor Kiran Seth and his team for believing in us and giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.
It's an honor and privilege for us to host this SPIC MACAY event. I joined IIT Hyderabad almost 13 years back, and we were having a lot of cultural events, and many times, it was very interesting for us to see a lot of good people, highly qualified artists come to our campus and perform all that stuff. And now it's very happy to see that almost 1,400 students and several highly qualified Padma Shris, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan are all coming. So we are very excited, and I'm happy and work with Dr. Prakhar and Professor Murthy in this journey, and happy to get this opportunity. Thank you so much, and I look forward to being this as a great success.
Yes. At IIT Hyderabad, we are so, I would say, passionate that we decided to start a Department of Heritage Science and Technology. This is the only engineering college in the country, possibly, where there is a Department of Heritage Science and Technology. And our faculty members, we have almost 15 faculty members from within the institute, and about another 15 faculty members from outside the institute who are adjunct professors of this particular department. About 30 faculty members are running this department. They are running a master's program. For your information, anybody wants to do a master's in Heritage Science and Technology, IIT Hyderabad has an MTech program. It's called MTech in Heritage Science and Technology. It's an online program. Anybody can register. It's again first time in the country. In general, if somebody wants to do an MTech, he or she has to have a BTech or an MSc background. Here is a program where if you have a BA or a BCom, any degree you have, just having a degree is sufficient. You can register for this program, and we teach online. You come to IIT Hyderabad only on the day of convocation to get the certificate. Okay, so that's a kind of a program which we have started. First batch has graduated last year, and this year is the second batch going up, and we are looking forward to any one of you who is just interested. We start there, starting from Indic languages, starting from what is the science, then the science behind yoga, okay, and then we talk about the science behind Indian architecture, then the science behind Indian medicine, what's the science behind music, Indian music. So, for example, musical instruments, Indian musical instruments, the acoustics, what is the special acoustics of Indian musical instruments, all these, there are faculty who are doing research and they are also teaching. So, I look forward to people, anybody who is interested to contribute to this department, if you have expertise in the field or possibly gain something from this department field. We also run about 5 Sanskrit courses at IIT Hyderabad. We strongly believe that there is so much of wealth in our heritage, and a lot of it is hidden in the scriptures that we have. And whenever you read a translated version, you lose the main essence of it to a large extent. So we believed that let us teach our students the depth of Sanskrit. So we have 5 1-credit courses. The way they are structured is such that by the time one finishes the 5th 1-credit course, the grammar is so strong that you can open a scripture and understand the science behind it. And if we can make our undergraduate students, particularly who are supposed to be the cream of India, the IIT, BTechs, and get interested in our Indian heritage, I think there is nothing like it. A great hidden technologies in our Indian heritage may come out, and this is another bigger cause that we are working on. And the whole program of SPIC MACAY is a part and parcel of this bigger vision that IIT Hyderabad has. Thank you very much.
ప్రభావితులవుతున్నారు ఫోన్ వల్ల. టీచర్నే లంపకాయ కొట్టేంత పరిస్థితుల్లో ఫోన్ తీసుకున్నందుకు. సో అది ఈ మధ్యలో అది జరుగుతోంది. ఫోన్ వల్ల మనకి ఎటువంటి సమస్యలు వస్తున్నాయని ఒక్క విషయం కిరణ్ గారు, డాక్టర్ కిరణ్ శెట్టి గారు స్పిక్ మకే కన్వెన్షన్లో ఒక విషయం గట్టిగా జరిగేది ఏంటంటే, ఈ 5 రోజులు పిల్లలు క్యాంపస్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎవరి దగ్గర ఫోన్లు ఉండవు, డిపాజిట్ చేయాలి. వాళ్ళు దానికి ఒప్పుకుంటేనే క్యాంపస్లోకి వస్తారు, లేకపోతే క్యాంపస్లోకి రారు. సో ఫోన్ డిపాజిట్ చేశాక వెళ్ళిపోయేటప్పుడు మాత్రమే వాళ్ళకి ఫోన్ ఉంటుంది. సో సెల్ఫీలు, రీల్స్ చేయడము ఇలాంటివి ఏం లేదు. ప్రస్తుతానికి ఒక ఆశ్రమంలో, ఒక గురుకులంలో ఏ విధంగా అయితే గురువుగారుల దగ్గర ఉండి వాళ్ళతో పాటు చదువుకుంటూ, వాళ్ళతో పాటు వాళ్ళు చేసినటువంటి కార్యక్రమాలు వింటూ అలా ఉండేటువంటి ఒక వాతావరణాన్ని ఈ 5 రోజుల్లోనూ ఐఐటి హైదరాబాద్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రోగ్రాంలో కల్పించబడుతుందండి. సో ఫోన్ల వల్ల మామూలుగా కూడా జనాలలో సోషల్ మీడియా వల్ల ఎటువంటి ప్రమాదకరమైన విషయాలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. కొంచెం మా ప్రయత్నం అందులో కూడా కొద్దిగా మేము డిఫరెన్సియేషన్ చేయాలి అని మా ఇంకా ప్రోగ్రామ్ గురించి డీటెయిల్గా కళాపూర్ణ గారు అండి, ఆవిడ మా కన్వీనర్ కన్వెన్షన్కి, ఆవిడ మాట్లాడమని.
అందరికీ ఒక కన్వీనర్ ఇంకో కన్వీనర్కి మైక్ ఇచ్చింది. సో a typical day in a convention starts at 4 o'clock in the morning, where all students they gather together for yoga. So Hatha yoga unnadi, Nadi yoga unnadi, meditation unnadi, and after 4 to 7 we have a slot which is for Shramdan. Shramdan, what is it? It is cleaning up the area wherever you have been using and leaving it cleaner or neater than you found it. This is something that I had learnt in SPIC MACAY through Kiranji, where he always believed that wherever you go, when you leave that place, it should be cleaner than you found it. And idi ma chinna prayasam in Shramdan through to tell our students that this is how you should be inculcating the values of cleanliness and being grateful to the place where you have been, using that small space that you have been given. After that, we have personal time where we'll be serving holistic sattvic breakfast, lunch and dinner is all sattvic. So they have their personal time from 7 to 9 o'clock, which is for breakfast and their own, they get ready. And from 9 to 12, we have intensives, or which is known as workshops, where Pedda Guru Lochesi, they teach the students the crafts, the dance, or the music, the vocal. And this time we even have sarod, playing of sarod also. So, e 5 days lona wale, it's not that they become masters of that particular art form, but it is a way to spend the time with the guru in their presence to understand what it is, or to get, to be influenced, to be inspired by the person under whose aegis he has been learning that particular art form. So that is the whole purpose of these 5 days. Okay, so it's not that they become some masters or some gurus about that. After that, we have lunch, and after lunch, we have afternoon concerts, which are mostly, they are to deal with folk dance, folk music, more to do with prayers, music and prayers. Then we also have literature. So we have Shabana Azmi and Javed Akhtarji, who would be talking about the poetry of Kaifi Azmi. So we have such sort of a slot which covers from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. After that, from at 5 we have dinner. 5 o'clock ki dinner ala tintamandi. How is it possible? Is that even done? So the whole purpose is to give an experience that when you are having dinner at 5 o'clock, and for a week, it does have an effect on your complete well-being as a human being and as a person. And that is understood only if one experiences the whole thing. So that experience we are wanting to give to the students. And after that, from 6:15 to 9:15, we have concerts, which are more to do with classical music, classical dance. It can be instrumental, vocal. On the last day, that is on 31st, we have a presentation of all the art forms that have been learned by all the students. So we give them a small platform where they can showcase what is it that they have understood and learned under their own guru. So it's not only just a display of their art form, but they can even share their experiences as to what they learned when they were under the presence of that, in the presence of their guru. So what value systems are they understanding through the stories that their gurus tell them? After we finish with the presentations, we have an evening which is having overnight concerts from 8 o'clock in the evening till 6 o'clock in the morning. So we have, very, very luminaries like Bhavtin Dagarji. We are having Kapila Venuji. We are having Ustad Wasifuddin Dagarji. So we are having such luminaries coming over and take us through a journey of inner exploration, especially on the last day, through the overnight program, which starts at 8 o'clock and it finishes off in 6 o'clock in the morning. The last day, that is on 1st of June, we have dedicated it completely to heritage tours, and we have identified places where all students, they will be going and they will get a flavor and a sense of what the heritage of Telangana, of Hyderabad is through the tours that would be conducted. So this is how our convention of 5 days works. And I would also like to talk a little bit about the logo that has been created by the students of IIT Hyderabad. If you open your Sandesh, it's on the second page, this small logo. It again depicts a lot about what Telangana stands for. Kakatiya dynasty was known for its architectural excellence. Toranam has been taken from the Kakatiya dynasty's architecture. Then we have the peacock. Now, staying in Hyderabad and staying in Telangana, we all know we are very fortunate to find peacocks around us, and we become quite unaware of the fact that we are so blessed to have peacocks around us. And this peacock has also become a part of art and craft in wherever we find in Telangana. For example, the Kalamkari, we find a lot of peacocks, which is part of Hyderabad culture. And the last musical instrument, which is a more of a folk instrument, and again it depicts the importance of culture, music in Hyderabad and how it has come up through the years. So this particular logo has been done by students of the IIT Hyderabad, and they did so much of research into this whole the heritage to find out what logo is the most befitting for a 10th International Convention, which is going to be held at IIT Hyderabad. So our gratitude for such a wonderful logo that has been put up for the 10th International Convention. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. And we would like to invite all of you, please do come any one day and be with us, stay with us, to know what experience we all go through when such concerts happen. Thank you. Dance that is there, we are having it on one of the afternoons. The folk performances that we are having Husari dance.
We also have the state dance Perani, which is not in the list actually.
Pardon?
The state dance of Telangana is Perani. Perani Shotan. So that is not in the schedule anywhere. Maybe people will want to learn about it.
Definitely. There are always times to incorporate into it. Thank you so much.
One more question.
But
madam.
we have Raja Radha Reddy ji's Kuchipudi dance in the very beginning of the day. The first day we have it. That is there definitely.
Usually there is a kind of a criteria that SPIC MACAY sets for anybody to perform in this annual convention, that there should be at least a Padmavadi or a Sangeet Natak. So that is something which we ensure that somebody who is of a very high caliber comes and performs so that people get inspired. So that's something we
So, Wakati Chappalandi, it's not an entertainment program. So 5 days that we are having there and so many gurus coming, it's not an entertainment program. It's more to do with the experience that the students have while going through the entire journey of staying there in the concert. So hence that's the reason why we call all the Padma Bhushan and Padma awardees, so that the inspiration is much more. That's the reason.
Secondly, madam, does SPIC expose art forms which are not in the mainstream, unpopular cultures and art forms? Do you make that effort to bring that to public fora and let people learn about these art forms?
We have identified at least some things that are very, very precious, which are we losing. Like, for example, Kudiyattam of Kerala. For example, the Rudraveena in the north. I'm talking of 2 things in the south and 2 things in the north. Just like IIT takes people from all over the country, the tradition of IIT, take the best from all over the country, and also those, as you rightly said, which are very, very, very delicate and very deep art forms of our country. And I've mentioned 4 to you. 2 in the north, 2 in the south. This is what we're trying to do. I also want to mention that this particular convention would not have been possible without Professor Murthy. No, I'm telling you, let me be very frank. It wouldn't have been possible without the Dean, without Prakhar, especially the IIT headed by Professor Murthy, because, and forget about that only, not only that, I've met many heads of institutions all over the country, and I must say one thing, that our culture, not as something as education, ek rang bhari shaam. We'll have a nice cultural evening, that's what we call it. We don't call it an educational evening. What we are presenting are not cultural evenings, please. They're educational evenings. We're trying to make a student not come to be inspired and to do well in physics, to do well in maths, to do well, all the great masters, all the great scientists have been involved with our classical arts. You just check it out. Ramanujam, C.V. Raman, even Einstein said, if I had not become a physicist, I would have been a classical violinist. So we are not doing it to present, as I said, a nice evening, but it has got a curative aspect, it's got a creative aspect, and much, 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 much more. You know, we are having suicides, you know, all over the country. If we bring classical music and these sort of things into the lives of young people, it'll make definitely a change. Today, what we are seeing is, you know, in Delhi, we have these everywhere. I'm just giving an example of a college in Delhi organizing a rock show, and as the gates open, people just trampling over each other, and people's backbones got broken. They had to, you know, be taken to. Is this what we call culture, or this is what we are presenting to young people, allowing them? So this is one aspect. If we show them these aspects, the power of these aspects, there might be a change from this. This is the aim of the whole exercise.
I just want to add one more, you know, particularly at IIT Hyderabad, whatever sir mentioned, we take this student joining IIT Hyderabad has to do 10% of their total credits. A student does 130 credits at IIT Hyderabad over 4 years. Out of these 4 years, the student has to do 10% of it, which is 13 credits on creative arts and liberal arts. We ensure this. You won't get a degree from IIT Hyderabad unless you do. Students do learn music, dance, painting, a variety of them. We have teachers who come from various parts of the country. For example, we have a teacher who comes from somewhere in Madhya Pradesh, teaches Madhubani paintings. Evening 5 to 7, 400, 500 students join this class. It's a 1 credit course for your information. These are all courses, credited courses, and students learn. At the end of it, every student has to paint. And we have about 400, 500 paintings. We put it as an exhibition. The whole campus comes to see it. So we have a Kathak dancer who comes and teaches a 1 credit course. For us, 1 credit course is about 12 hours of teaching. So on a weekend, she comes and teaches Kathak. Saturday morning, 3 hours, Saturday afternoon, 3 hours, Sunday morning, 3 hours, Sunday afternoon, 3 hours. It's not that, as sir said, one becomes an expert at the end of the 12 hours of learning, but their interest in the subject grows and brings a balance in life. In life, your left brain activity and right brain activity, both of them have to balance. And that's very essential. And this music and all art forms bring in the kind of a right brain activity into your mind so that you become more innovative. In fact, it also helps people to even become more innovative, and even the startup culture in India can significantly grow even with this. So these are certain things which we ensure that it has to become a part of education. Sir mentioned that this has to be what education should be. Can we have a balanced education where we learn both about the culture and aspects related to heritage, and at the same time the scientific aspects? Thank you. Yes, sir.
वो आईआईटी खड़गपुर के टॉपर रहे हैं और इसके बाद उन्होंने कोलंबिया यूनिवर्सिटी से बीटेक एमटेक किया, वहाँ से पीएचडी की है और मेरे ख्याल से 40 साल तो हो गए होंगे जब से वो ध्रुपद परफॉर्मेंस के लिए नहीं, लेकिन वो रोज़ उसका अभ्यास करते हैं, रोज़ रियाज करते हैं। तो आप देखिए, एक साइंस का आदमी, मैथमेटिक्स का आदमी, इज ए ब्रिलियंट मैथमेटिशियन। आपके फादर भी मैथमेटिशियन से, मेरे ख्याल से फर्स्ट प्रोफेसर थे वो मैथमेटिक्स के आईआईटी खड़गपुर में। तो वो क्या कर रहे हैं, वो जानते हैं कीमत कि हमारे आर्ट्स की, हमारे यूथ के लिए और पूरे हमारे यूथ के डेवलपमेंट के लिए, होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट के लिए कितने ज़रूरी है। थैंक यू।
Thank you. My name is Sanjay Garale. I would like to thank all on the panel, including Professor Pinchet, when Sir had initially started. And I'm totally grateful to SPIC MACAY for having introduced me. In fact, one of my first sessions was with Shiv Kumar Sharma that we had in our convocation hall at IIT Delhi. And that is what brings me in today as a volunteer and continues to bring me back again and again to SPIC MACAY year after year. I've attended the annual at IIT Guwahati, at Nagpur, Madras. I was traveling out of the country, could not come last year. So we have been in touch. I am basically also the General Secretary of the Pan IIT Alumni in Hyderabad and the President of the IIT Delhi Alumni. I welcome everybody over here. Just to answer your question, sir, SPIC MACAY is a learning organization. So यहाँ का जो सीखा जाएगा, whatever we learn, the Tharani as well as the Telangana culture that is there, that will go back to the rest, to the future sessions that we have. Every year ये annual होता है in different part of the world. So look at it that way. In fact, I am grateful. I think this is the first time that we are having an annual at Hyderabad. Correct me if I am wrong, sir. We'll have first one was at Bits Pilani. कहाँ पे किया था? International. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to the annual, the 7-day, because this 7-day program is a program which is a combination of exposure and learning and appreciation. Please understand that. You are learning something and अपने पे learning जो है अपने पे depend करता है. It is completely dependent on us कि हमारा attitude क्या है. हम किस तरह इस सीख को जो है build करते हैं. And जैसे सर ने बताया है, सर हमारे प्रोफेसर भी थे IIT में. अपना जो एनालिटिकल थिंकिंग का कैपेबिलिटी जो है म्यूजिक और फाइन आर्ट्स के साथ जो है जो डेवलप होता है, दैट इज समथिंग दैट इज इनवैल्यूएबल. एंड यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, इन दीस 7 days यू आर बीइंग इन करंट वर्ल्ड ऑफ ऑल दीज डाइवर्जन्स दैट वी हैव, वी आर बीइंग brought back to an environment of discipline, learning and focus, which will serve the purpose for this younger generation, these 1400 to 1500 students coming from across the country, experiencing a wonderful campus, the new campus that is coming. In fact, as the director of ISB, I was the guy who coordinated for sending in the first set of companies for the placement at IIT Hyderabad. I've been to the Meda as well as this particular campuses. You get the size out there. So that is how we actually ensured that between Hyderabad and this there was a coordination. So I wish that many people can come there. But that coming there to 45 kilometers requires a little bit of logistic support. If you could share some particular details about how people from various backgrounds can reach the campus, that will help.
They are either coming by flights or of transport that have been identified. And
Local people who are there over the 7 days.
local is also there. All are reaching on their own. Sanjay ji, they are reaching on their own. But all the others who are coming from across India, they are paying on their own and coming till Hyderabad.
That is not the issue.
And from there, there are
Local
buses.
people to get
Yes, buses have been arranged.
IIT Hyderabad has got a
Hanji,
good
Hanji.
network.
So
We
there are
want that.
4 railway stations, and we've got 4 booths of SPIC MACAY in these 4 railway stations, where students are going to be picked up and they are going to be taken to IIT Hyderabad by buses.